Hi Stitchers, I'm back with my May update, and just as I've started filming, baby Jess just decided to come and pester me for food. I've had quite a bit of progress this month. I've done really well, so let's kick it off, shall we? I've had one finish, one new start, well, two new starts, but one of those was the finishes, yes, so two new starts and one finish. And great progress on my other WIPs. And I mean, new starts, considering that, you know, I'm just going to finish off what I'm doing and go back to being one WIP at a time, but it's not worked out that way. So let's kick it off. First of all, the new start and the finish. If anybody saw the video that I posted with Pam's stitching style, was it stitching style questions? I can't remember the name of the tag. I did show what I was doing in that, but I'm now using iMovie to do my videos instead of Windows Movie Maker thing. So I now know how to insert photos because I don't actually have this finish anymore because I gave it straight to the person I was making it for, and it was a twin birth sampler for one of my carers' twin grandchildren. And I actually, well, I got it finished in 11 days, but one of those days I didn't work on it, and 4 of those days were only for sort of short periods of time, so I was actually really proud of myself for finishing it so quickly. So I shall insert a picture now. So that was that. The new start, well, go on, I'll show you what the new start is, and at the same time, just one second, I've left it up there. Hang on a minute. Right, sorry about that. It's because I'm actually stitching with it at the moment. Now, this is the new start. It's the free Stony Creek pattern for the month. So I'll show you and then I'll explain it. So I've had a major catastrophe with this. So I was doing so well on it yesterday. I was hoping to get it finished either yesterday or today. And then round about tea time yesterday, I noticed that everything that I'd done for that day was a stitch out. And because it was lettering, there was no way I could fudge it, and it would have bothered me too much if I'd tried anyway, so I had to unpick it all. So I sat up till 10 to 2 this morning trying to restitch it all. I didn't quite get it all done, but I'm close. But so let me find something to put behind it. But this is what I've done of it so far. So there's part of the tree in the corner, the moon, which was done in DMC, whatchamacallit, glow in the dark thread, which was just awful to stitch with. And then the word, starting on the words Halloween, but all of that bit I had to unpick and restitch, and I've still got a little bit just there to catch up on, but I've nearly caught up with what I've done. But this fabric, it was the fabric that they recommended. It was by Picture This Plus, and it is 28 counts Lugana, I think, called Tarnish, and it's just got a very delicate coloration in it. Now, this is where the story starts. You had to buy a fat quarter because what I didn't realise until it came was that it's all part of this big one, because that was free this month, next month that one's free, and then in July that one's free, and in August that one's free. So of course the patterns are free, but you pay for the shipping. But I'd bought this small frame, like specifically for, you know, for this pattern, and because it's got like spider web around it, but they did also have the bigger frame. So what I'm going to do tomorrow when this next one comes out is I'm going to order the bigger frame, because I'm sure I'll find a use for this. I think it looks like about a 7x5, I'd say, something like that. So I'm quite sure I'll find a use for it. It doesn't have to be Halloween-y. But as well as that, I also bought, well, they're on bobbins now, but the DMC glow in the dark thread, which I hated, and there was a Weeks Dye Works called Flatfish, which is used for the tree branches. Unfortunately, I had all the DMCs I needed. And then I bought as well the little embellishment kit, which I don't know whether you can see. Let me try and focus on it. Maybe not. But there's 2 sparkly stars. There's a little spider, which is so cute, considering that I'm scared of spiders. And a little sparkly bead, which goes in the crow's eye. So I bought that. Yeah, so anyway, the next one's out tomorrow. And I've just realised I've left another WIP in the cupboard. 1 second. Right, sorry about that. It's because I'm actually stitching with it at the moment. Now, this is the new start. It's the free Stony Creek pattern for the month. So I'll show you and then I'll explain it. So I've had a major catastrophe with this. So I was doing so well on it yesterday. I was hoping to get it finished either yesterday or today. And then round about tea time yesterday, I noticed that everything that I'd done for that day was a stitch out. And because it was lettering, there was no way I could fudge it, and it would have bothered me too much if I'd tried anyway. So I had to unpick it all. So I sat up till 10 to 2 this morning trying to restitch it all. I didn't quite get it all done, but I'm close. But so let me find something to put behind it. But this is what I've done of it so far. So there's part of the tree in the corner, the moon, which was done in DMC, whatchamacallit, glow in the dark thread, which was just awful to stitch with. And then the word, starting on the words Halloween, but all of that bit I had to unpick and restitch, and I've still got a little bit just there to catch up on, but I've nearly caught up with what I've done. But this fabric, it was the fabric that they recommended. It was by Picture This Plus, and it is 28 counts Lugana, I think, called Tarnish, and it's just got a very delicate coloration in it. Now, this is where the story starts. You had to buy a fat quarter, because what I didn't realise until it came was that it's all part of this big one, because that was free this month, next month that one's free, and then in July that one's free, and in August that one's free. So of course the patterns are free, but you pay for the shipping. But I'd bought this small frame, like specifically for, you know, for this pattern, and because it's got like spider web around it. But they did also have the bigger frame. So what I'm going to do tomorrow when this next one comes out is I'm going to order the bigger frame, because I'm sure I'll find a use for this. I think it looks like about a 7x5, I'd say, something like that. So I'm quite sure I'll find a use for it. It doesn't have to be Halloween-y. But as well as that, I also bought, well, they're on bobbins now, but the DMC glow in the dark thread, which I hated, and there was a Weeks Dye Works called Flatfish, which is used for the tree branches. Unfortunately, I had all the DMCs I needed. And then I bought as well the little embellishment kit, which I don't know whether you can see. Let me try and focus on it. Maybe not. But there's 2 sparkly stars. There's a little spider, which is so cute, considering that I'm scared of spiders. And a little sparkly bead, which goes in the crow's eye. So I bought that. Yeah, so anyway, the next one's out tomorrow. And I've just realised I've left another WIP in the cupboard. 1 second. Right, got it. Alright, so this next WIP is also a mini finish, and it's my Storytime sampler, which is looking like that so far. And I finished off Maze Block, which is Charlotte's Web. You can't quite tell, but I've just added some blending filament into the spider and her eyes, just because I've been putting blending filament in all of the title pieces. And the only thing I changed, I don't actually know the story of Charlotte's Web. My dog walker actually told me what the story was, but other people were saying that, like, where the grass was under the barn, they said, well, it wouldn't be green, it'd be like brown because of the area they lived in. So I just changed it to like a yellowy brown, there, but other than that, no changes. So that's coming along nicely, and I do actually have somebody in mind for this. I don't think she watches my videos, but I'm not going to say, just on the off chance that she does, but I do actually have somebody in mind now for that, which is quite exciting. So next WIP. Oh yeah, this is the only other one, which is my Mirabilia. Really doing well with this one. The finish line is in sight, so I just have to try and move back a bit. But this is what I've done of her so far, and since you last saw it, let's move in again. I've done all the stitching in her hair. I think I've done her skin. I've done all this white round here. Now you can't tell from that, but that is a mass of beads when, you know, when it comes to beading, and I do mean a mass of beads. And just roll it up a little bit. And then after I'd done all that white, I came down here and I'm working on her tail. So I've just got a little bit left of her tail just there. And then I'm on to the beading. And then she will be done. But I think you will agree, she's looking amazing. Now, I did have a catastrophe with the fabric, but fortunately you can't tell, thanks to Mum. But I did find, now I'm not a chocolate eater. I don't eat chocolate as a rule. I'm not that bothered, but this one particular time I ate some chocolate, and when I've unrolled it, there was a lump of chocolate just there. And I contacted Michelle at Jodyri Designs to say, help, what should I do? And she just suggested, well, she said I might be alright washing it, but she couldn't guarantee it. And as it turns out, I don't think I would, because the colour has come out a bit. What my mum did is she blotted it with a baby wipe, actually. And then, I mean, that little white bit there is where the colours come out, but because it's got a few white patches on it anyway, you can't tell. So, yay Mum for coming to the rescue there. So that's that. So I've had quite a productive month with like a start and a finish. A mini finish with my Storytime sampler. Getting close to a finish on this, and I'll have a mini finish for the month on my Stony Creek. Now the new Frosted Pumpkin comes out today, but I won't get it till 1 AM in the morning, so we'll call it tomorrow. So I'll have that to do for next month. The new block for this Stony Creek one, the new pattern, will be out tomorrow, but it'll take over a week for it to get to me, because you can't buy it PDF actually, which would have been better because I could have just printed it off. But saying that, I want to order the bigger frame anyway, so it'll be over a week before that comes to me. So I'll have that to work on. I would love to get the mermaid, if not completely finished, because I said there's about 3 million beads on it. My mum has done loads of Mirabilias, as you'll be able to, if you've watched the video of the tour of my mum's house, you'll see the Mirabilias she's done, and she's looked at this one and said she's never seen one with the amount of beads that this one has got. So although I think I've only probably got a couple of days worth of stitching left on it, I think I'm going to be beading from now until the, you know, the start of the next millennium. I don't know, but yeah, I definitely want to get the stitching done. I would like to get the beading done if possible and get her finished, because I do want to get her framed. I've got a spot picked out for her downstairs. So yeah, there's that. There's my Frosted Pumpkin. I want a mini finish on that because I'm trying to keep on track with that. I'd like the mini finish on my Halloween one. And then it's a case of cracking on with my Heaven and Earth then. Yay! I just can't wait to get back to my Heaven and Earth. And I've just remembered something that I bought and I've not got it out to show you. I'll be back again in a second. Thought I was going to be prepared for this one, but obviously not. I have got some fabric I wanted to show you. I had got that out, but I wanted to show you this. I have bought another Heaven and Earth. And I really shouldn't, because I really don't need it, because I've got enough Heaven and Earths to keep me going until I'm about 312. but I just couldn't resist it. I actually saw this on the World of Cross Stitching magazine's Facebook page. Like they have every Wednesday, it's WIP Wednesday, you know, where you post your WIPs. And this girl had posted a pic of this one, and she'd almost finished it. She only had the bottom right hand corner to do, and it's just something that I wouldn't go for. But when I saw it, I just fell in love with it. So of course I had to go and find it and I had to buy it. And I've got the material pack on order as well. But this is it. It's by Ruth Sanderson and it's called Fairy Melody. And isn't it beautiful? And it's got like a little swan on the lake in the background, and there's little hummingbirds on the flowers, and a butterfly for me, some butterflies, and my mum loves daisies. But it's just so beautiful. And I've gone for the full-size version. They do it in a mini as well. I've gone for the full-size version. And I say I have ordered the fabric kits as well, because I always do. I'm still waiting for the floss for my chatelaine to come as well, but apparently the Gloriana silks are on back order, so I'm still waiting for that. So the only other thing was my fabric of the month from Jodyri Designs, and I have to say she's well and truly outdone herself, because it's just the most beautiful fabric ever. In fact, I have even ordered the limited edition thread to go with it, but it's called Birthday Candles, which I thought, considering my birthday was actually this month, I thought that was quite apt really. But isn't it beautiful? And it's pearlescent. In fact, the picture, it just doesn't do it justice, because it's more pinky than it's actually coming across on the camera. But it's absolutely beautiful. And I've actually ordered quite a few of her hand-dyed threads, because I've got one which she sent as a free gift at the beginning of the year, just to thank, you know, those people who'd been you know, part of her monthly clubs for the year. But that's the only, you know, apart from the Weeks Dye Works, you know, that was the only hand-dyed thread I had. And even though at the moment I haven't really got plans for anything, but as I'm sure you'll all understand, being fabric thread pattern collectors that we are, I thought it was about time that I started a hand-dyed thread collection. So I've ordered quite a few. I've ordered birthday candles, I've ordered some others, and then she was doing some grab bags as well, which I don't know what it is I've ordered, but I've got a grab bag of cottons. They are coming as well. So I think that's it for the month. Probably my shortest video ever. But yeah, that's it. So I hope next month is as productive, and I hope it is for all of you as well. And if I don't, yes, I'm doing a 21-day of vlogging challenge, which I've actually created another channel for called Kitty Crew, which I will link below. And what this is, I watch The Real Life of Me, who I will also link below. I watch her every day. She's Marika. I'm sure quite a lot of you know who she is and subscribe to her as well, because she's a fellow cross-stitcher and she does amazing cards as well, you know, stamped cards that she colours. But anyway, she put a link to this girl who was talking about going back to basics with vlogging and about doing this 21 days of vlogging challenge. So anyway, I decided to take it up. And Gothy's doing it as well. I'll link Gothy down below as well. But I decided to do it on another channel to sort of keep it separate from my cross-stitching and cat videos, you know, in case those of you that subscribe to those videos didn't want to see daily vlogs popping up. But if you do, like I say, I would love some more subscribers, because I haven't got many at all. But I don't just talk about cross stitching, I talk about my life in general, and I keep it real. You know, I talk about what it's like to live with my chronic illnesses that I have. I must admit it is mainly cross stitching, but if you want to subscribe, I would love you to. Oh, I've just remembered something else as well. Oh, do you know, I thought I was so prepared, but I'm just totally not. 1 second. Right, me and my mum did a de-stash. I didn't destash as much as I was actually thinking that I would do, but I just, you know, I decided that because for me, heaven and earth is the future. Heaven and earth with some mirabilias thrown in is really, excuse me, what I want to concentrate on in the future. So I decided that I was going to get rid of some of the kits that I've had for donkeys of years. And my mum, because mum loves doing her heaven and earth as well now, she also decided that she'd get rid of some, although she didn't have that many. But between us, we've got all these kits. So I thought about selling them, but because I love all you so much and I love watching you and you're my company every day, either on the Hangouts or just by watching you on FlossTube, I decided that I'd like to do some giveaways. Now, I'm not going to give all of this lot away in one go. I'm going to do 3 a month. So let's get started this month. So I'm just going to, let me take that out of there. I'm just going to close my eyes and draw 3 at random. So the first one is a Paula Vaughan. Now this kit has never been opened. It's got a couple of little teeth marks from my cats, I'm afraid, on it. But it's never been opened, this, at all. And I've had it for donkeys of years. You can see inside, you've got the fabric, you've got the threads. Oh, and they are pre-sorted. It's got a gold needle with it, and it has a certificate of authenticity. And it's called Make Believe. So that's kit number 1. That is on offer. Kit number 2... oh, it's actually a pattern book. Now these patterns have never been done, and this is called Catitudes, and it includes all of these. So you've got that one there, that one, 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 and those. Those are all included in this pattern book. So that's number 2. Number 3 is a gold collection kit, and this one is Max in the Adirondacks. I don't know how you pronounce that. Sorry about the glare. So it's never been opened, it's brand new, it's got your fabric, your threads all pre-sorted, and I bought that just simply because it had a cat on it, but I don't really like it. But I'm sure somebody else will. So that is also an offer. So just to recap, kit number 1, number 2, which is a pattern book, and number 3. So no rules apart from just be a subscriber. So if you want to enter, just leave me a comment just saying enter me please, and if you put which kit or pattern you want to be entered for, you can enter for all 3 if you want, or you could just enter for 1 or whatever, but you can only win once. I'll draw 3 names at random using the random number generator, so if you've entered all 3 and if you've won kit 1, I won't be drawing your name out for number 2, and you know, and so on. So yeah, that's it. What date are we today? 31st of May. Just because I know it takes so long sometimes to get through all the videos, I will give it 2 weeks. So I will give it till midnight UK time on the 13th of June. And I will draw the names on the 14th of June. I have to write that down so I remember. So yeah, it'll be open until midnight UK time on the 13th of June. So good luck, and that's definitely it. I'll see you next month. Tammy says bye as well.